might have a reason for why you experience erectile dysfunction or premature ejaculation, delayed ejaculation, why you have certain anxiety with your partner. Stop focusing and obsessing and dwelling over your reason, because you're stronger than your reason. Hey guys, I'm Stephanie Ganowski, sexologist and sex coach for men. And in this video, I'm just honestly feeling passionate about this topic that randomly came up with a client of mine, and I want to share it with you. He was telling me, Steph, I feel like what I'm getting from our session so far is that I feel like there's a reason for why I'm dealing with these issues, and I keep going back to the reason instead of focusing forward in the direction I actually want to go. And you're showing me, screw the reason, I'm more powerful than the reason. Meaning, I can change. I can do things right now because my future is determined by right now, not my past. And you have to remember that, because it could be really easy when you're struggling with a sex-related issue that makes you feel insecure, that maybe is wrapped around some shame, feel inadequate, you're uncertain. When all those feelings come up, you try to find a way to validate them. So you'll go back in your memory bank and you'll say, hey, well, this happened to me in the past. That's why I'm feeling this way. I don't want this to happen again. So my feelings make sense. But how is that helping your future? You're not lying about your feelings, they're real, but are they the truth? Are they a fact? No, they're just feelings, because we do stuff anyway, regardless of how we feel. So we can't trust our feelings as much as we do. You know, way too many people wait to feel a certain way before taking an action, and they go their entire lives not taking the action because that feeling doesn't come. Why are we putting so much emphasis and trust on feelings? And this is what you do when you dwell on your past memories. It brings up those feelings, it prevents you from taking action forward, and it just gives you an excuse, to be honest. It gives you an excuse why you're not dating, why you're not having more sex, holds you back from the sex you actually want to be having, the type of women you want to be pursuing. It stops you from getting what you actually want, because you're just telling yourself, hey, I have this good excuse though, but that's not helping you. You can take action regardless of being scared, nervous, and hesitant. Just ask yourself, what needs to be done so that I can get what I want? And the first step is knowing what you want, because so often I talk to clients who are like, oh, well, you know, I don't want this and that because that happened in my past. And I'll be like, well, what do you want? What type of sex life do you want? What type of partner do you want to attract? And what types of conversations do you want to be having sexually? And they're like, well, I don't really know. I haven't thought about it. And I'm like, because if you don't know what you really want, you can't think of the first step to get there, right? This is why a lot of people hire me as their coach, to help them understand their goal and come up with the next step to get to the goal. But the most important thing here is you have to believe that your future is determined by the right now. What can you do right now to change your ways moving forward? Instead of giving yourself excuses, like, sure, okay, fine, that stuff happened to you in the past. Fine, it feels difficult, but we can all say that about anything. It doesn't help us move forward. It just helps us have an excuse. We don't want to let something that happened to us in our past determine the rest of our life. Maybe you say, oh, I have a hard time talking about sex because my previous partner from 5 years ago always freaked out whenever I brought up sex. Like, she would freak out, she would disappear, she would gaslight me, and it was a horrible feeling. And that's why I can't talk about sex easily now. Okay, but that's no excuse. You're with a different partner. You're also 5 years later. What are you gonna do at this exact moment moving forward to no longer use that past as an excuse, but to ask yourself, okay, what do I need to feel like I can trust this current partner bringing up sex? Maybe I should have a conversation with her and tell her about my previous experience and say, hey, it's kind of uncomfortable for me to bring up sex as a topic because in the past I had a difficulty with this. My partner didn't react so great, but I don't want that past to determine our relationship and how we talk about sex. So what do you think is a good way for us to have this conversation, and how often do you want to have it? Because I definitely want to have these conversations in my relationship with you so that I don't repeat my past. Another example might be, I struggle with premature ejaculation because I'm just really nervous when it comes to sex. And all my previous relationships felt that way. Never exactly sure what I'm doing, and it's always been like this. Okay, well, that was your past. Now is your now. So if you feel like you've always been nervous and we're trying to impress her, you were nervous for whatever reason, what can you do to face that nervousness and ask yourself, all right, what am I really nervous about? And how do I want to feel? And what actions would align with how I want to feel. And by the way, we all have to work on this in different areas of life because there are always things that we feel are harder because we had a previous shitty experience with it. But that's everyone, so don't use it as an excuse. Something I've been working on recently is understanding what real, meaningful, truthful friendships look like, and realizing that I haven't been the best friend I could be for a very long time. And whenever I'd ask myself, why don't I ever have deep friendships who I feel really connected with? I would say, oh, because I'm an introvert. Oh, because when I was a kid, I had a hard time making friends. Okay, I'm 33 years old now. I'm not a kid, I'm a grown-ass adult, and I don't have to use that as an excuse. And I've realized, wow, for 33 years, I've been using that story as an excuse as to why I can't build true connected relationships with people. And I just realized that now, and I'm like, wow, I'm done using that as an excuse, and I need to understand if I want true, deep connections, what type of friend do I need to be? And this opened the door to me understanding that I have to show more gratitude. I have to take more initiative. I have to go in with the mindset of what can I give this person, not will this person judge me and make it all about me. And I've been implementing these things and they've been working like right away. It's actually pretty crazy. When we focus on where we actually want to go and decide to stop using our past as an excuse as to why we can't get what we want, there's so much freedom in that. I wanted to give you freedom today by reminding you that you don't have to use your past as an excuse for why you can't overcome the sex-related issues you're dealing with or why you can't get what you want in life. You can start right now. You can make changes in your life right now. As long as you ask yourself, what do I want and what are the next steps? And stop using the past as a frame of mind as to why it's so hard for you. Focus forward. You got this. I believe in you. And if you want to watch another video, check this one out.